Boy King here, the great, coming at y'all with another video right now. And this dawned on me when I was thinking today. How come is it that Chuck D is never mentioned on anybody's category when it comes to discussing top MCs? Why doesn't Chuck D get his due? Everybody was talking about Jay-Z's the GOAT, Nas is the GOAT, Pac is the GOAT, Biggie's the GOAT. That's cool. But we always treat the people that open the doors for them, like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick, Cool G Rap, and who I'm gonna mention, Chuck D. We treat them like dinosaurs, man. These guys birthed the '90s, and Chuck D is probably one of the best to ever do it because he came with a unique style. Like, you could start off by going with stage performance. If you go to a Public Enemy show, these guys are gonna rock a house. Especially back in the days when they were doing it, you had the FOI drills, you had Flavor Flav doing his crazy crackhead shtick, you had Chuck D, who drew commandmanship and had a dope mic presence. Yeah, and he rocked every song. Didn't even lip sync. Then he was even doing joints with the metalheads. And to have a stage performance was the key element to being a star at that time where Chuck was coming through. So he was one of the best to have done it when it comes to stage presence and breath control. Chuck was he was a beast on that stage. Go ahead and look up a lot of those old performances from PE when they started, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Then you got content. I never heard a lot of stuff like black nationalism and knowledge of self and influence with the Nation of Islam. I never heard of none of that from anybody until I heard from Public Enemy. Public Enemy brought all of that to the forefront. And with Professor Griff being the master of information, he gave Chuck the game to feed off of, and he brought that to the masses, and he delivered that with a straight to the point delivery that can be channeled. I mean, Chuck's delivery, he wasn't really the fancy rapidy rap type guy, but when Chuck D spoke, people listened. You can listen to his verses from Shut 'Em Down. You can listen to his verses from Uzi Way a ton. Black Steel of Chaos. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Fight the Power. The list goes on, man. Chuck has a beautiful catalog of work. And look at those PE albums, man. Fear of a Black Planet. It take a nation of millions to hold us back. The He Got Game soundtrack. Even though it came out at a time where people weren't militant no more, Chuck still brought his flavor to it, which was pretty dope. Man, and what's another album that PE had that was so, it was just that they had so much heat. They had such a unique run. And nobody could copy that. That's what made Chuck so unique, is that nobody could copy his flow. He commanded the mic, he commanded you just like a pastor at church. He didn't have that Slick Rick flow, he didn't have the Rakim flow, and that was the beautiful part about the 80s, was nobody sounded the same. Everybody had a unique style, and nobody could ever channel Chuck D, even if they tried. You know what I'm saying? So, what are your thoughts on Chuck D? And do you think he deserves to be aforementioned into the discussion of the greatest MCs? My feeling is yes, because when you look at albums like Yo Bum Rush the Show, It Takes Millions to Hold Us Back, Fear of a Black Planet, Apocalypse 91, The Enemy Strike Back. They even came back and dropped the album with Paris, which was dope. And He Got Game. Even his new album is pretty solid. Chuck still got the juice. I mean, long as he has the content and he's bringing the CNN of the ghetto to the forefront, Chuck is always going to have his place in hip-hop. That's my opinion about that. So, do you believe that Chuck D deserves a slot on the greatest MC list. Does he deserve to be a part of the discussion? Hit the subscribe button. This is King Eric the Great signing off, and I'm out.